Is it because you're not going to have your hacks to help you?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They don't have the new ones, man. You gotta
Nadia,
help
listen,
me.
I hope you understand. I can hook you up. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I can get you right.
I can hook you up.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who aren't aware, I've started a small video series on Twitter called Guess the Dirty Cheater. This is where I show a small clip of somebody's gameplay where it's zoomed in and you cannot see which streamer it is. I mute all audio, so of course it's just for aimbot clips or aim clips. And it actually started off quite interesting. We used a clip of Zlaner. Now, of course, people noticed the clip. One of those people being COD in 4K. He's a guy who likes to debunk clips in his own opinion. But we decided to spice things up a little bit. And I decided to show multiple instances of aimbot doing exactly the same thing as what Zlaner's clip did. And in today's video, we're going to break this down. So let's crack on with the video. So this is the tweet we put out. Guess the Dirty Cheater, episode 1. Can you remember which Warzone cheater has this aimbot snap live on stream whilst trying to prove they don't cheat? So we go into the comments. We've got people like Big Bad Beam saying, oh, I think it must be Scump, obviously lying. We've got It's Happy, who guessed right, saying Zlaner wearing an eye tracker. Even Michael Hackney says, Zlaner clip this, but I thought this had been proved where it was a split second missing off the stream, I believe that's meant to say, causing this. To which I said, nope. This is 100% aimbot snap, right? Now, this is where it got interesting because COD in 4K come in, you 100% sure. Looks like a slight frame was lost here. Not zoomed in or slowed down, looks less sus, but something looks off. So, of course, zooming in would make it look and appear more apparent because it's closer, so you can see the snap more. So if we zoom out or maybe lean back from our computer screen or TV, then you can't see it, so it mustn't have been aimbot. But I'm looking for the fine details, and of course that's what we did, and we found that aimbot snap during a live stream where Zlaner is using an eye tracker to prove he's not using a second monitor or a 2D radar, which is why he's got the monitor cam up. But aimbot is invisible other than the mechanics showing, which we did find out. So obviously COD in 4K, I wasn't around for this, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, but he basically come to the conclusion that he believes it was an OBS glitch causing a frame to drop. That's COD in 4K's opinion, which, by the way, lines up perfectly with Rara's opinion as well. So, Rara defended 5x5X, Rara defended Magnificent, Rara also defended Zlaner, as well as however many other people who are blatantly cheating, even those who have been permabanned. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play the original Guess the Dirty Cheater episode for you right now. What's going on Twitter? Today we are going to be playing a game of Guess the Dirty Cheater. In this clip you can clearly see there is aimbot in use. The aim is snapping and locking onto the enemy. But the question is, which dirty cheating streamer is this? Have you got a good memory? Can you remember who this was? Let me know in the comments below. So now you guys have seen that video that I put out. You can clearly see the snap. I decided to include 3 more videos. Yo, COD in 4K, does this look like an OBS issue? Maybe a skip frame? Or is this aimbot? And maybe this one has OBS issues causing frames to skip? Or do you think it's aimbot? At COD in 4K. I actually included this one as well, saying, how about this one, COD in 4K? Does this look like a skipped frame or aimbot? But we made it a little bit more interesting. What I decided to do was create all of the clips in one video, one after the other, including the clip of Zlaner, which we will play for you now. So for me, it is very apparent that all of those clips have similar things happening, which is the aim snapping onto the enemy, okay? But for some reason, COD4K did not want to give any answers regarding the first 3 clips that I showed in that video. He didn't want to give any answers to it because he doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know which streamer it is. And this was his response. He says, "You know I don't do aimbot debunks. I just know clip 4 is probably not aimbot. I just know that it's probably not." So you don't know. You're just assuming based on your opinion that it isn't aimbot. Now, this is where it gets very interesting because he says, due to frames, and I know this because I have the original VOD and nothing is clipped or edited. I ask genuine questions. If you send me the OG VODs or clips, I'd be happy to look. The only issue is, right, the OG VODs are one of my videos, and one of my videos, which is 100% aimbot, and the person who's actually the streamer in the video will tell you that it's aimbot. And we'll get to that shortly, guys. That's where it gets very interesting. So I said, get your hands on a full aimbot clip and do the same for frames. Aimbot will make the aim skip snap to the intended target if the smoothness and speed are not set up for legit aimbot correctly. And the reason I said that was because he actually posted this video showing that the frames, as he goes through them, that every so milliseconds, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. But when the snap occurs, which is around, where is it? I can't even remember where the snap occurs. Let me find it. Okay, so this is where the snap occurs now. Okay. And what I'd already basically explained is the fact that when aimbot kicks in, you think frames don't get skipped. Think about it. When your aim literally snaps onto a player, if you have full aimbot set up, you can literally snap onto somebody who's 180 degrees behind you and it misses all them frames in between. That is exactly what it does. That is a program taking over the game to make you aim in a way that is not possible in the game. Now, on the original clip 3 that I shared before I put them all together, I left this one in intentionally due to the fact of how harsh the snap was. It literally snaps from there to, like, from the feet up to the head, okay? And what this actually demonstrates and shows is the fact that it looks like multiple frames are cut out, or it looks like multiple frames skip, okay? And we do have comments here, one of them being from Pound for Pound Gaming, who says, yeah, frames were cut in this one too. You literally can see the character skip on the map. Like, what? Kaney says, literally looks like frames are cut. You can literally see the background building fade in and out. To which I said, you might be onto something here. It does look like skip frames, doesn't it? Or is it aimbot? To which somebody commented, shouldn't there be any kind of mental test for this type of Twitter? Well, couldn't agree more. And this is probably one of my most favourite comments, which is from Viper AU. In what world is this aimbot? You absolute effing weirdo. You're 40 years old and still don't know what aim assist is. Taking too many head knocks in sparring from lightweights. In what world is this aimbot? You absolute weirdo, he says. And that is from this clip here, guys. Right? And it literally snaps from the feet up to the head. But here's the real question now. Were any of them clips aimbot? Clips 1, 2, and 3 that we showed in that video, were any of them aimbot? Yes. All 3 of them were. In fact, all 4 of them were. Because even Zlaner's clip looks identical to even this one where frames look like they're missing. And that's caused by aimbot. An aimbot program running in the game where it's set too high to actually make it look too legit. So it causes a snap which can cause frames to look like they've skipped. So we're going to show you where we found clips 1, 2, and 3 in comparison to Zlaner's now. Let's go. Now, for those of you who don't know, Itapper had a little bit of a bumpy start to his YouTube career. I'm not here to try and put any downside on Itapper. What he does now is fantastic. I enjoy his content and I enjoy his streams. We've already buried the hatchet with the history. But I did put out a video exposing Itapper for cheating in Call of Duty Warzone 1. And it was this video here. It's Happer 100% using aimbot on Facebook Gaming, 214,000 views. Now this is the part of the video where one of the clips was taken from. Now this is on the airfield, on the airstrip, and you're about to see now in full. I will mute this video as well just because I don't want to hear my old microphone if I'm being honest. But let's play it through now. Throws the grenades, fine, right? And then all of a sudden he locks onto this guy here, locks onto someone in the background. And that was the first example I used, but did you notice I cut out the very blatant ones where it snapped onto one and then somebody in the background? And I just used the third situation in this, where it snaps onto the third enemy. So quickly slow this down. Bear in mind, right, Happer's already come out and admitted to everything that he'd done back then, you know, and he's moved on from there. He doesn't cheat anymore, plays games legitimately, and just has fun with his community that he's built, as well as exposing cheaters along the way. But this is the moment now. It's in slow motion, 0.25. And this is one of the examples that COD in 4K could not tell if it was aimbot or not without the original VOD. Watch this lock on now and think, there it is. Now bear in mind, it's Happer uses keyboard and mouse, or at least he did back then. And you don't get rotational aim assist on keyboard and mouse. But for some reason, he was able to completely replicate exactly how Zlaner's aim looks with that little snap there. Okay, so now this is the moment where he actually locks onto somebody's head and it actually snaps and looks like so many frames have been cut, which, you know, multiple creators said in the comments of my tweet that it looks like frames have been cut pound for pound, as well as Caney, but also that other guy, I can't remember his name, but he clearly doesn't know what aim assist is, because he thought that this was aim assist. Are you ready? He thought that was aim assist. So at what point do you understand that the guys defending streamers, as well as the guys who are out there actively trying to debunk things, don't understand how aimbot works? So my message to COD in 4K at this moment: if you truly want to debunk things, if you definitely want to get involved in the mix when it comes to aimbot, and you think you can understand what frames can and can't do during an aimbot snap, go and research it for yourself. That's what I did. It's Happer's got knowledge of cheats as well. And it is definitely an aimbot snap. All three of the moments I showed, clip 1, 2, and 3, were from this video with It's Happer blatantly cheating in Call of Duty Warzone 1. And every single one of them got defended in some way or another in the comment section by people who stated, I don't know what aim assist looks like, when in reality it is them who cannot tell the difference between aim assist and aimbot. And that is exactly why I will stand by my word on Zlaner. That being, the Zlaner is 100% using aimbot. He was in Verdansk, he was in Caldera, he was in Rebirth Island, and now he is in Al Mazrah, as well as Ashika Island, as well as Vondel. This guy won't stop. There is only one way for somebody like that to maintain the greatness that he believes he's achieved, and that is by continuing to cheat. But one thing's for sure: that day when Zlaner thought he was slick as you like, trying to set up a monicam so that he could prove that he didn't have any wall hacks on show, he 100% injected aimbot into that game, because you cannot see aimbot unless there is a malfunction. I don't know, like an aimbot snap, like what happened in that video. So COD in 4K, go and ask It's Happer if he's got the original VODs in here and break them down the same way you did with Zlaners and see whether or not there are any skipped frames. I can tell you now, there are plenty. If you did enjoy today's video, guys, smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future uploads. But also go and follow me on Twitter so you can stay up to date with our new series, Guess the Dirty Cheater. And drop a comment below, guys. Let me know what you think about this breakdown. And one last thing before we go. A big shout out to apexpcs.co.uk for sending me out this amazing gaming rig. And if you guys want to get your hands on a PC like this, head over to apexpcs.co.uk. If you want to buy a pre-built gaming rig, then head over. They have got so many options. But not just that, they sell individual components. If you need a new case, a new CPU, a new GPU, or even a monitor, keyboard and mouse, head over and check it out. And guys, for those of you who are business minded, for those of you who don't just play video games, they also sell business office PC builds too. And for those of you who are quite picky like me, you can send a custom build request and they do get back to you really quick. So guys, if you're in the market for a new PC, this is the place to be. apexpcs.co.uk. The link is in the description below. And don't forget, use code BBB20 at checkout to save £20.